What's up, guys? So I wanted to talk about a topic that I feel like a lot of people don't bring up in martial arts, and I feel like it's a crucial topic, and I feel like it needs to be addressed. And I think it's even more crucial if you start martial arts late in life and your goals to do competition, whether it's jiu-jitsu, boxing, karate, MMA, whatever the case is. The topic is this. You have to be careful drilling low percentage moves, guys. There's a lot of people that drill shit that's just very low percentage. And I guess before I start this, I should say, first of all, if you drill anything enough, it's going to be high percentage. You're going to be able to hit it. I don't want to say it's going to be high percentage, but if you drill anything enough reps, you're going to be able to hit it on somebody. Maybe not the high level guys, but somebody you're going to be able to hit it on, right? But there's a lot of moves that people drill a lot, and it ends up turning out bad. They get in the habit of drilling low percentage techniques, and they don't stick to the basics, and it really costs them. I think a prime example of that in jiu-jitsu would be leg locks. And I know, the leg lock community is going to hate on me in this video probably, but it's still a low percentage move. I'm not saying don't learn them. I'm not saying don't drill them, but I'm not going to, like, to use a striking analogy, I'm not going to do a spinning hook kick more reps in practice than I am practicing a jab, unless I'm dumb. You shouldn't be doing low percentage moves and putting lots of time and effort into them. Should you learn them? Yeah. I got caught with a fucking up kick and knocked out. That's about as low percentage as you can get, right? That's as low, is depressing. It's as low percentage of a move as you can hit. And when you hit one of them, boy, you look like a hero. Whoever that lands, the flying knee, the spinning hook kick, the rolling Imanari roll leg lock, they do look like a hero for sure. But overall, guys, you're not going to win as many fights if you're dependent on those things. If you're dependent on you being a leg lock guy, there's a lot of fights you're going to get caught. It's going to cost you. And I know there's certain people who always make it work. Yeah, there's jiu-jitsu guys like Gary Tonin's having good success in 1FC doing, he's a leg lock guy. But he's also a world-class everything in jiu-jitsu. He's not just a leg lock guy. So there's just, I just feel like the people who can do that is people that have been training martial arts their whole life. I will say that probably. Like when you start doing karate, right, or taekwondo, people see like a spinning hook kick and they're like, ooh, they act like it's the coolest thing ever. But in basic karate, basic taekwondo, these are basic moves. They're not necessarily the coolest, flashiest looking move, even though it turns out that way. I mean, you learn how to do a spinning hook kick within, I would say, most karate schools within the first 6 months to a year. You can learn how to do that technique. But it's still low percentage, guys. Just if you've been doing it for your entire life, if you've been wrestling your entire life, you could probably do some way cooler looking stuff than the average person who starts when they're 16 or 20 or whatever the case is. If you start late in life, you really need to focus on doing the right drills, the right techniques. If you're striking, you need to focus on basics. You need to focus on boxing. 1, 2, 3, straight punches, moving your head off center line, defense. Same thing, kickboxing, leg kicks. Certain moves are higher percentage than others. You want to drill a leg kick more than you want to drill a spinning hook kick. Not saying don't add those things. If you're experienced or you're good enough, you can hit them on somebody. I mean, I just had a kid, one of my students Saturday last night hit a spinning 360, hit a 360 in the fight and dropped the kid. But we still don't drill that more than a jab. We still drill jabs more. So guys, I guess long-term, if your goal is MMA, I would say lots of wrestling, I say to be a high-level fighter, you need to pick about 30 moves grappling and about 30 moves striking, and you need to drill these moves for the next 3 years. And if you did that, if you pick 30 solid moves that you believe or know from your coach being experienced, if you pick 30 moves of striking, hand combinations, leg combinations, basic techniques, jab, cross, leg kick. You pick 30 standing striking techniques, and you picked 30 grappling techniques, maybe jiu-jitsu, sweeps, maybe a couple submissions from the bottom, a few submissions from the top, a few passes, in wrestling, you know, a few different takedowns, a few different setups. If you pick 30 grappling moves and 30 striking moves, and you only drill those moves for the next 3 years, I guarantee you, I would bet almost anything that you would be a better fighter than anyone else who just went to a regular class every day and learn 3 new moves a day, and they get no fucking reps, and and they're not getting good, you know. And it's really even worse when you come in and you're learning low percentage shit. If you come in and you're drilling 2 or 3 different moves a day, in grappling, especially grappling, but even striking, you could do a little more. But 2 or 3, if you're doing 3, let's say you're doing 3 moves in grappling every day, and you're learning 3, you're not getting any reps. You got to share the reps with your partner in class, and you're better off picking 15, 20, 30 moves and drilling them over and over again until you get good. And then after you get that solid foundation for a few years, then you can learn any move you want, and your understanding and IQ of drilling techniques and where to place your body in will be at such a higher level. Your grappling IQ, your fighting IQ will be so much higher. You'll be able to learn stuff way faster. That's why there's a lot of martial artists that, like, there's a lot of us guys that have been training for years now. We can learn a technique that we've never seen a day in our life, and we can learn it way faster than a new person. It's not that we're but when we were new, we could have possibly learned at the same speed they did. But when you stayed in the game a long time and you've been, you know, doing all these martial arts, your IQ gets higher, so your ability to learn and understand your body and positioning and stuff, timing. All of that gets better with reps and drilling the same techniques over and over, and you're able to learn faster. So something to think about, guys. Make sure when you're, you know, pick a few techniques on the ground, pick a few techniques on the feet, and drill them for 2 or 3 years, and just religiously drill those, and then you can learn all the cool shit you want after that, because your foundation and your understanding of it will be so good. You'll be able to branch out and try different, you know, cool looking, lower percentage, but highlight real techniques. Just my piece of advice, guys. Let me know what you think. Leave any comments on any questions or anything if you have any questions or anything, just leave a comment and I'll try to get to them. And buy my book, The Ultimate Guide to Choosing a Martial Arts School and Instructor. It's available on Amazon. And if you're new to martial arts and you're trying to find a school and a place to go, this is a good guide to give you, you know, do's and don'ts when looking at martial arts schools and what to look out for and what to look for. All right, guys.